Apparently, neo-Nazi beauty pageants are still a thing. Who knew? The Independent reports here, a Scottish woman has been crowned Miss Hitler 2016 in a beauty pageant organized by a neo-Nazi youth movement. National Action, a white supremacist group, said they set up the competition to raise awareness of its female supporters who rarely get much spotlight or recognition. The winner, who has not been identified, appears in photographs with the lower half of her face covered. Here's a quote from the winner. Eventually, the Jewish propaganda became too obvious to ignore, and so I became involved with NA. Asked which one person she would kill if she could, she said, quote, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, I would put her in one of her camps and let her pet refugees do the rest. Okay. Yeah, I just get so sad when I read stories like this. Like, understand that most white nationalist groups, for example, they've graduated beyond the, we're just better than everybody else and they're all inferior and we should kill them. Like, most white nationalist groups have moved a little further along the road in their propaganda and their messaging, so that when you talk to them, one of the things they say, for example, is, no, we're not anti-anybody. We're not against any minorities. Not at all. We're not against them. We're not against them. We just have white pride. So we're just for our race. We're not against any other race. And then they make arguments like, well, why is it that there can be black pride and nobody has a problem with that, but we can't have white pride? What? It's not like ours is historically tied to the KKK and tied to white supremacism, and black pride is tied to civil rights. What do you mean? No. But we have pride. So they've come up with better arguments that can convince more people, because for most people, if you just come out and say, Hitler's great, most people go, whoa, what? He fucking massacred people. What are you, crazy? But no, there are still groups that exist around the world that are just like, Hitler, awesome, rock on. We should kill the Jews. Look, man, this world is a messy place, it's a fascinating place, and it's a crazy place. We live in a world where there's still, jihadists, Muslim fundamentalists, believe the holy book, want to kill infidels, so on and so forth. We live in a world where Nazis still exist. Let's kill all the Jews. Let's do that, because that sounds like an awesome idea. It drives me crazy that, like, what more would it take for people to stop being stupid? Like, what is it? We have the internet. Go fucking read some shit. Go read some shit. Oh, yeah, no, that makes no sense. Oh, you're claiming you're biologically superior, but oftentimes these white nationalists, like people in the KKK, for example, they're in the Midwest or they're in the South, and they're fucking shit in their Depends, and they drool on their male dress, and they drink beer and fart all day, and they make $8,000 a year, as they all the while they claim to be the superior race, as their actions and their beliefs are demonstrably inferior to enlightened people. Like, what does it take for people to look up the obvious and go, that's a stupid position, and I can't believe you still, after Hitler killed all those people, and we know how many people he killed, and we see the evidence, and we know all that. They're like, yeah, still, that's awesome. I don't know, man. I don't know what it's going to take, but I know more education can't hurt. I know more rationality and another Enlightenment era can't hurt. And these are the values we need to embrace. We need to embrace liberal values, secularism, tolerance, open-mindedness. We need to find a way to spread these messages and make them the most powerful and the most potent. Now, I think they are inherently that because they're right, but still, there's always going to be some level of ignorance and stupidity and stuff like this, which is a sad, sad fact of reality.